Each of us has a dream, a heart's desire. It calls to us, and when we're brave enough to listen and bold enough to pursue, that dream will lead us on a journey to discover who we're meant to be. All we have to do is look inside our hearts and unlock the magic within.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call and the doors will be closing soon. Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Great to see you here. Wednesday night, middle of the week. It's Christmas week, and I've got a gift for you. It's another incredible Disney creator. They do more than just Disney, though. They got a lot in their arsenal, and we want to share it with you and talk about it here. So welcome into the studio. As you can tell, Mickey and Minnie are dancing behind me. They're ready to go. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's going to be a party. Let's knock out the opening so we can get to the real reason that you are here, and that is to talk to our guest. We want to say thank you to Dean and the Live Place, 150 family-friendly channels over there for you to check out different content all the way around. Dean does an excellent job. Want to thank my partner channels. We appreciate them. Got some incredible creators that bring you content here. Myers and the Mouse, Diz Our Dream, live from the parks. Dole Whip Dad, Disney World Freak. Dad Builds, live from home. FPE Network, showing you a bunch of new creators down there. And T. Marie's Place, that's the rose in the middle. She does a great job. All of them incredibly effective. Encourage you to check them out. Great people. Chaotic Crusaders, we got a lot of good ones here on our channel that support and help us along. We're grateful for their support. Dan with Disney Worlders, 21,000 strong over on his Facebook group. Got to go over there and check out Disney Worlders. We have our own Facebook group, nowhere near as big as Dan's. We're only about 2K, but we welcome people to come over, join us, be part of the Facebook group, and also post your content as much as you would like. We do have membership on the channel, 4 different tiers. You get special emojis, special perks. January 1, we've got a members-only Zoom call. Everybody's welcome. If you don't have the information, you better get with me, and I'll get it to you on email or direct message. Membership each week is brought to you by Zoelle's World and Being a Jean-Claire. If we could drop her links for those 2 channels in there. That is one incredible creator. Amazing lady. Got to check her out. And, of course, if you do one of the higher levels, Andy's Toy Box and up, we will send you one of the Disney minted coins that we have created specifically for our channel. New Year's is going to be a lot of fun, everybody. Casey's Corner and Our Castle Life are my 2 highlighted channels that are going to be live. Casey will be live from Florida, down in the parks. I would love if everybody would come by and say hello to Casey while he's live. Give him some love that night. It would really mean a lot to me. And, of course, Our Castle Life will be live from California. California fireworks, Florida fireworks. Let's ring in the new year with the magic of Disney. Can't say enough about it. We're real excited because Yeehaw Bob is coming to the channel, everybody. Yeehaw Bob, a Disney Legacy recipient. The guy is incredible, so generous and so talented. He will blow you away. We have a full show of Bob's content coming up on our channel in just a couple weeks. But Bob will be live for one night only for an interview and a little bit of a performance as well.
This is Yeehaw Bob from Port Orleans, Riverside, giving a big shout out to Pete and his podcast. I look forward to being on the podcast. Pete, thanks for inviting me on. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
Just a little bit of pixie dust.
Just a little bit of pixie dust is all you need when working with Christina Whitman, realtor of choice for the Disney Chaotic Clubhouse. From making magic as a cast member to spreading magic as a top realtor for Century 21, she'll help you put that gold Century 21 sold sign on your property for sure. Central Florida's finest, Christina Whitman, 407-789-5334. Tell her that Pete McDevitt sent you.
Hi, gang! It's me, Tinkerbell, and I'm back from Neverland. Just in time to listen to my favorite Disney music radio station. So grab your mouse ears and join me and all of my Disney pals down at the end of Main Street, right in Mickey's backyard, for the magic of the Mouse Radio. See you there!
If you're looking for that spotless clean on your property, well, you need clean look on your property. Manchester, New Hampshire, everything fulfilling up in the New England area. www.clean-look.com, 603-669-1088. Mickey's got the broom out, giving the thumbs up. 55 plus years and 3 generations of service. Can't be wrong. If you want your property looking clean, you need clean look on your property.
You're invited to the Tropical Nerds channel, where we're launching something exciting, a live-streamed comedy game show called I knew that. There's a Disney trivia night almost every week. 3 contestants live on every show, buzzing in, answering questions, and playing games in a format you've never seen before. Subscribe now to help us launch this. And there's one more thing. We want you on the show. Contestants appear on these new vision screens via their webcams, and they have a lot of fun.
Finishing up, we remind you to check out the ladies of our community. I fully endorse these ladies every week, every other Sunday. Donna Jaworski at 4 o'clock with Dinners with Donna. It's a lot more than dinners. It's a fantastic show. Mickey's Magic and Monarch Moments, 9 p.m. Sunday nights. Monday nights, it's Magical with Meg. Wednesdays, it's time to go over to the place with Tina. And Thursday nights, it's Christie's Corner at 8 p.m. sharp. The ladies of our community crush it, and we love them for that. All right, let's share it out, everybody. We're getting ready to bring on an incredible group of people that I'm very excited to sit down and talk with there on the channel. My guest tonight coming in, as you see on the screen there, are a channel that features family fun adventures where they visit amusement and theme parks from all over and everything in between. They love to share it with you, including the joy of Disney, the magic of Universal, Dolly's love down in Dollywood, getting wild with Wild Adventures, and waving the flag at Six Flags Park, and so many other places. Tonight, coming in for the first time, sitting down with us to chat a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, Adventures by D. Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Pete. Hey, chat.
Great to see you. We appreciate you being here. Now, we are missing one, but I'll kind of let you explain that when we start here. This is Dave. Many of you guys know Dave from the chat and his beautiful family that combined bring you the Adventures by D, because as Dave will tell you, he's one guy, but his family makes the show. Am I right? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Welcome, and I appreciate you being here, and I'm excited to sit down and talk. So let's just jump right into it. And yes, thank you. Jesse's already dropping all of Dave's social media out there. Thank you, guys. Appreciate my moderators being all over it. Dave, why don't you just introduce yourself to everybody in general, then we'll kind of dig into the channel.
Sure. I'm Dave, Adventures by D with my wife, Kris, and my daughter, Madison. Dean is working at his job right now, so we're family-friendly vloggers. We work out of Atlanta, Georgia, so a little bit different. I know there's a lot of vloggers in Florida, which we watch too, but we're out of Atlanta, and we cover a lot of things. I guess I'll start personally, Pete. Personally, I'm from Indiana. Kris is from Florida. We met here in Atlanta.
Yes.
Madison is apparently from another country, another world, from her shirt.
I think so sometimes.
From Krypton. She's from Krypton.
Yes.
Okay.
She's a native Georgian. And we have been married be 20 years this coming up year.
Yes.
So I got a big anniversary. I've got to step up my anniversary game here.
Yes, you got to be on your game. Well, real quick before we get into Dave's channel, let me just welcome in, crew it up. Mike Beckman, Jeannie's here saying hello. Jesse's here watching the house as always. We appreciate that. Coaster Mom, Big Money Lisa T's in house. I had a great conversation with her today for a little bit. Crew it up is in here. Space Mountain Dave is with us tonight. Karki, hey Carol, good to see you. Jill, welcome in, good to see you. Paul Engel's in here. Paul was actually in my living room this afternoon, Dave, hanging out with me for...
Awesome.
Yeah, it was always great. I always love visiting with Paul. So that was pretty cool. Nicole's in here, and I'll say hello to everyone else as we go along. Let's talk about your channel. Let's go back to the basics of Adventures by D. And let's first talk about how did that come about with you guys wanting to do a channel and then the actual channel name and your platform that you're doing?
We should let Madison say this because she's actually the one that started the channel, if you can believe it.
Okay, so Madison, what I just heard was any income that comes in on the channel is going to be paid to Madison. That's what I heard. I don't know. You tell me what's up.
Well, it was a lot of years ago, and my mom was like, "Oh, all these YouTube channels, maybe we could go out and film stuff." And what I heard was we could go to Disney. So I was like, "Okay, let's do it."
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, Madison started it. She wanted to do it, and so we supported her in it. And she actually came up with her tagline at the end of the videos. We always say, "May the adventures be with you." And if you go back to our channel, how many videos do we have now on our channel, Dave?
Getting close to 300 now.
Yeah, and the first video,
Dave,
oh,
yes.
278.
All right, I rounded up. Yeah.
But she, like on the first video, number 1, she does a little twirl in our backyard, and she's like, "I know how we're going to end this. May the adventures be with you." So
I love it. It's a great tagline.
Yeah, she does a lot of it. She edits and she films it. And really during the pandemic, Dave and I got more involved because we're all here together. And so we've gotten really involved in the channel probably the last year and a half with it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But we all shoot video and we all edit video. So that makes for an interesting dynamic as we're reviewing each other's work and trying to make the best video possible. It's entertaining. So that's always
we do stuff from kids or teenager perspective. Yeah. They have their own videos they do at some of the places. So it's definitely, and then I have stuff from mine and family. So definitely all of us are involved.
Well, make sure you're checking out their link. They'll be linked up all the way through the night. I'll be talking back and forth. And make sure, again, if you're going to go over there and subscribe, make it because you love the charisma coming out tonight in the interview, or you check out their content. We want you to watch. Anybody can subscribe. The key is to be a watcher. I also want to welcome in On the Go with C-Lo. Welcome in, C-Lo. Adventures with VP. My good friend VP is in here. Samuel B has also dropped in to say hello. And partner channel Dad Builds in the house. He's just checking to make sure that I'm doing a good job. I get graded every show, so I want to do a good job. That's a good thing. So, so you got the inspiration to get out there and you guys pull it together. And I'm going to preface this, I always do. We're not going to say every channel. We're just going to say a couple that come to mind. But when you were thinking about doing this whole venture and starting this journey, who are some of the channels out there that you saw that you said, hey, I kind of like what they're doing. I think I could do my own version of what they're doing.
It would be, well, this one is really the one that got us watching YouTube a lot. We watch on our TV actually a lot. I would say Tim Tracker was probably the first one that we watched several years ago. Started with Halloween Horror Nights. That's how come we found him, the guy with the curly mustache, and watching his content. There's a ton out there we watch.
I would say during the pandemic, we watched a lot of Resort TV 1.
Yes.
And then actually met them a couple times in the park. So they were inspiration for starting our own channel. And then I'm a big Adam the Moo fan. I watch his content. And then we've been down to Florida enough. We watched Paging Mr. Murrow. We've met Nate one time at Animal Kingdom. Very nice guys. Got great content. Who else? I know we can't mention them all.
Ordinary Adventures we watch. They actually launched probably around the same time we did. They're obviously much bigger.
Yeah.
We like their stuff. Ordinary Adventures.
Ordinary Adventures, yes, they do a good job.
Yeah, they're great.
They're excellent. They do a great job.
And there's channels in other states too that we follow. So we've been fortunate to meet several people. So it's been pretty cool.
That's awesome. And it usually is a lot of those same names that come up. They are the pioneers of our social media experience for most of what they've done, and thus their great success in what they've done. So we recognize that too. Doobie Guy, welcome in. Good to see you. Happily Ever Yachty's here. Welcome in. We'll talk about Yachty and several other people a little bit later on in the show as we go through. So as you're looking at that with the channels that have inspired you and everything, your platform has some unique content. When you look at your playlist, you guys cover not just Disney. You cover Disney Plus. You are the originators of Disney Plus. Don't let Bob Chapek fool you. You had Disney Plus on your channel before Chapek did. You do Disney, but you also do Busch Gardens. You do Adventures in Atlanta all the way around. You do Six Flags Over Georgia. You do Georgia Adventures and all the things. Talk about some of the other places that you go and how special it is for us, if you wouldn't mind. And I should also welcome in Nina, Wrestling with Disney and Adventures That Rock. He's got some good stuff going on. I love Adventures That Rock.
We have met them several times. They're great.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to meet them yet, but every time I see their posts or their content on social media, I love it. I keep telling them, you guys need to get with me. I want to have you on my channel. I love what they're doing. But I'm sorry, I get diverted a lot. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Rock and Sandy are good people.
Yes,
we've seen them in several parks in our travels. So to answer your question, Pete, though, we love Disney. We've been a number of times, but there's so many other things outside of Disney. Like Wild Adventures in Valdosta is a great park. We've covered year round. They have rides and they have animals and they have food, obviously, and they have a water park. We cover our local park here, Six Flags Over Georgia. They have a really good coaster lineup.
Okay.
Some of the things we've been to, I'd never been to Busch Gardens down in Tampa before, and Dean and I went down there, my son, and really enjoyed that park. What else, Kris?
Dollywood. This year we've been to the opening of several things throughout the year, trying to hit several of the parks. So we've done 10 this year and covered them throughout the year. So it's not just a one and done, but all throughout the year. So we've been busy. And our other focus is adventures in and around Atlanta, because we are Atlanta. We're in Georgia, so we're covering things around. So if people are coming or they live in the area, they can kind of see what there is to do and make choices. There's a lot of things here in Atlanta. So trying to figure out where you want to spend your money. So
I love it. Cricket threw a question into the chat, and I encourage anybody who has questions for my guest tonight, highlight my name at Pete McDevitt Show, and I'll ask some of the questions. Or if you have the number to the studio and you want to call in, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Cricket had a question. She says, what's the one place they have yet to visit that you kind of want to visit that's on your radar?
Madison, you want to answer that?
This it's a little bit of a long shot, but Disneyland Paris has looked really cool, and I wanted to do that for a while.
She wants to go to Paris.
Yeah.
We went on our honeymoon.
I was going to say, I think you've been to Disneyland Paris.
But they weren't around yet.
They went around.
We went many years ago. It's a much bigger park than it was when we went 20 years ago. So
when they get Frozen Land and their Star Wars Land done, that park is going to rock. I'm looking forward to those are two big additions they're building over there.
That'll be nice. And we've got some good friends. Nick from Walking with the Woods covers Paris a lot, going over there, and some others that we're starting to integrate into our community, which is great, so that we can have some of that magic so that it can build up to when you guys get there. Jill has a question. Jill would like to know, do your videos cover any other cities in Georgia? I love Savannah.
we did a few things in Savannah actually this summer, and we have, I think, one more thing coming out from Savannah, and we've covered some stuff kind of around what I'm going to call Metro Atlanta area, which is like several cities, and we've done a lot of stuff in Tennessee, but we're going to be branching out. We have plans for a ton of different things. Dave did a series. We've done Buc-ee's like openings in Georgia, and then he did a series. We're going to do a series on Stuckey's, which I don't know if you're familiar with.
I am.
Roadside Stuckey's. And so he went to the origination point, and we're going to do some stuff around that too. So it's like hodgepodge of a bunch of stuff, but we have this long list, so we're just ticking through it.
Well, and I love that, Nina commented, and I think it's a good comment. And it says, I think Disney lovers in their nature love exploration and theme parks. So it's great to have a channel to showcase it all. And that's what you guys are doing just right there. You kind of surmised it. You're finding your love of unique stuff. You love Disney. That is a major part of what you do. But it's other things, too, that give you more content out there. I'm finding more creators along the way with this Dollywood so much. I met a young lady the other day that covers a little bit. Talk about your Dollywood content that people find on your channel.
So we've covered Dollywood now quite a bit the last year and a half, and Dollywood's a pretty unique park. It gives you like a down-home feel. And honestly, going to Tennessee, to me, you get pretty good value for your buck in Tennessee. And Dollywood has they have unbelievable talent. And I speak from experience, very good food in that park. But the talent that they have on all the stages is unbelievable down there. And I'm just not talking about Dolly herself. Everybody she hires that sings in that park. And they have some unique performers like Miss Lillian is there, and she's in several of our videos. They have the world's best amusement park train. It's this 1940s locomotive. It's unbelievable train that takes you up the mountain. Yeah, we got a couple videos on that, both Christmas and non-Christmas, Pete. But Kris is the one that turned me on to Dollywood. We went there on our first anniversary.
Yeah,
so I should let her talk a little bit.
I love it there. I've been going 20 years, and it's just the park has a different feel. It has coasters, but it has songs, it has nature. It's just a different type of park. So you can go if you're like into the thrills like this one here, or you can go if you just want to walk around. And so it hits all the marks. And it's 4 hours for us for a drive. So I love I would love to have a second home in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge area. I love it up there. There's so much to do.
Beautiful area there. I've been up there a couple times. You're right. The beauty of the area is just amazing. And the people are really good too. Brian K., let me welcome him in. Poppy's here as well. Mickey's Girl says, I would love to visit Dollywood. And I get you on that. Dad Builds jumps in, executive producer in line, says Adventures by D is the first live stream I ever saw at Dollywood. That is my home area park, and it was fun to watch. So
that's something that we didn't really necessarily plan to do at the start of the year. Let's go live stream from the parks. But the more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. So essentially any park where I have cell signal, we'll usually do a live stream, and we've done it. We did Boo Bash, of course, in Disney, but we've also done, like Dad builds Dollywood, Wild Adventure. We did one from Busch Gardens in
Tampa.
Tampa.
Halloween Horror Nights at Universal.
Yeah, we did opening nights at Halloween Horror Nights. That was a lot of fun.
And all of these videos they're referencing, everybody, if you're sitting in your home and you're watching, or wherever you are, and saying, wow, okay, I'd like to see that. All of their videos can be found in their playlist. They've done a very good job with their playlist. I was going through it today, looking at it. It's very organized. You can find everything you want over here with that. Big Matt, welcome in. Good to see you. Debbie Bernfeld, welcome in as well. Let me ask you this. Let's take a step outside the channel for a second. Let's talk about collectibles. Disney collectibles. What are some of the passions for you, Dave, and your family?
For me, I inherited a lot of sports collectibles, and so I would say I have a few pins. We don't have like thousands of pins. We have a pin board around the corner, about 200 pins. Okay. I do get some clothes now if I see something I like. You notice my vest here tonight.
Yes.
But honestly, I've been so many times. I just enjoy being there and being on the property. Normally, there's not necessarily something I see that I have to have. Now, Kris is different because she likes to spend all day in Memento Mori, so I'll let her speak.
I do, but Dave is downplaying his collectibles. He has a whole room of like baseball cards, and it's not Disney. It's sports figures, all sorts of collectibles like that. Like, he is a huge collectible fan. Our son is a Funko Pop fan, so we have hundreds and hundreds. I have some here, but he's a huge collector and has stuff. And I have Haunted Mansion figures and that sort of stuff. I like Nutcrackers because I have a ton of. That's not Disney themed, but for the holidays, love Nutcrackers. But
what about you, Maddie?
I don't really collect stuff.
You like Toy Story, the little alien guy, right?
Yeah, the alien from Toy Story.
Yeah,
yes.
I have a lot of little things of those.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what? It tells a little side into my guests every time, I believe, when we talk about that with them. Jumping back into the channel, so we should put out there that Dave and his family, which is Adventures by D, and I want to talk to you in a minute about how the channel name came up with in just a second. That'll be my next question. They are featured on Instagram with 789 followers and 332 posts. They're 1.13K, hopefully a few more after tonight or after the rewatch, hashtag Team Replay or Team Memorex, as I call them. 278 videos here on YouTube, 175,356 channel views to you guys. Congratulations. Next, when you hit that 200 mark, we'd like to know about it and recognize you over here as we do with every 50. And of course, you have an impression on both Twitter and Facebook. How did you come out with the name? Welcome in Eric Lee as well. How did you come up with the name of the channel? Where did that come from?
Madison, you want to answer that?
I don't remember.
When Madison started the channel, it came out of her mouth, I think, because we have nothing to do with Adventures by Disney, but it's just Adventures by D, and I think it came maybe from the first letter of our last name. But I'm not sure.
You think it's about Dave? It is not. So it's just with our last name at Adventures by D. That's it. So, yeah.
What I'm hearing is, Madison, you need to hold out for like a trip to Disney for all these creator rights, because every time I'm asking, well, Madison, I really hold out.
She's very involved.
I love that. Hey Joseph, welcome in. I love that. Your channel and everything is about family. We love channels out here like that. We need more of that in the community of families coming together to do that. Let's talk about second. Since I was joking with that, I know we talked about you went to Disneyland Paris, which was years ago for your honeymoon. I know you've made a couple Disneyland trips during your time as well. First off, let me ask it's a twofold question. One, first, from the trips you made, what has been your favorite park? Like, if you could only go to one that you've already been to one more time, what is the park? And second, what is bucket list for you all with parks? What's on your list for where you want to get to?
Well, that's a big question. I'd say my favorite park. Boy, it's tough. I mean, both Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom. But I'm a big one thing I didn't mention. I'm a huge Star Wars guy. So
nice.
any place Batuu is east or west, I'm there. So I would say those parks. I guess that's Hollywood Studios and WDW or Disneyland for me.
So for me, we had a great time when the kids were younger at Disneyland. I really like it, but I'm going to say, because I'm a Floridian, I grew up in Miami. Hi, Yachty. So I would have to say the Magic Kingdom, just because I've been there more than anything. I can't even count. So it would have to be that for me.
Madison, do you have a favorite?
I'm going to say Magic Kingdom, because I just remember, like, all my memories are there rather than the other parks, so it means more to me.
That's awesome. It's always Magic Kingdom for a lot of people. I know it is for me, but I will tell you, which is surprising, it used to always be Magic Kingdom, Epcot, without a thought. But to Dave's point, since they've done everything with Star Wars, it's now Magic Hollywood and then Epcot. But, either way, you can't go. Well, what's on the bucket list? Where is someone somewhere that I heard, obviously, Madison seems to be fired up about Paris. Go. You know what, Madison, do me a favor. When we go to break and do the community segment, your dad's okay with go buy tickets to Paris. If it's okay. Where are some of the buckets?
She's taking French the last several years. Like, she's all in.
Nice.
To do this.
I love it. So Madison, let me ask you this, and I'll go to your parents. Why Paris? What is that passion behind Disneyland Paris?
I think they have a lot of cool rides over there, but I think just like being able to speak French over there and like understand it, since I've been taking it for a couple of years.
That's awesome. That's cool. Dave, how about you guys? What is somewhere where you guys are like, it's a bucket list. I want to get there.
Dave should mention on our channel, he just put out a poll, like in our community, asking a list of certain parks that we haven't been to, because we were just at 10 this last year.
Really? I would say the national parks that are on my bucket list are probably Cedar Point, because that's such a roller coaster haven.
Crazy.
And I've been to Kings Island a number of times, and that was kind of my home park growing up, but I've not made it up to Cedar Point. And then probably Silver Dollar City, since it's kind of Dollywood's sister park, if you will. Okay. And then I'd like to get out the Knott's as well. Internationally, pretty much any Disney park that's in I think in Asia and Thailand. What's the one with the awesome pirates ride? That thing looks unbelievable. Yeah. Tokyo Sea would be great. Yeah, any other international Disney park would be great.
I love it. Kris, how about you? Is there anyone jumps out or?
I would love to do Knott's Berry Farms. We went to Disneyland and we've done Universal Hollywood a few times, but we didn't go to Knott's, and I'm regretting it now. We did, and so that's one on my list. And Silver Dollar City's one. I mean, there's a bunch. Hershey Park I went to as a kid. I love to go back. I mean, there's so many to visit. I mean, just have a ton of fun. So Carowinds is one we haven't made it to yet, and that we want to try also this year coming up.
That's awesome. If you were thinking of the videos on your channel, if you had to say one right now that, okay, this is one of the best that we've done, it's one of the ones we're most proud of, is there one? There's always usually one for a creator that jumps out. They say, oh yeah, that was really good. I'd love for you to go watch that. Do you have one on there?
Well, Pete, I'm going to have to pick one my wife edited, which pains me because I edited about half and she edits half. But the Stone Mountain Christmas one we recently did a couple of weeks ago. They had so much to do. It's a local park here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And between a parade and fireworks and meeting Rudolph and the costumes.
Did you, I thought you said eating Rudolph for a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. I mean,
I don't think they have venison on the menu.
Look, I know. Look, a lot of good things happen in Georgia. I didn't know they had a venison eating contest. I would want to come.
Funny.
I need to get tickets.
Part of that could be, though, Dave and I, our first date was at Stone Mountain Christmas 22 years ago or something. So we've been going there so many years, long before we ever filmed. So the last couple, we put it on video. So it's like a family favorite for us, which might be why.
Nice.
But
so
there's several.
If you're watching the video, check it out. Check it out, everybody. If you're watching the video and you want to jump over after the stream, check out the video of which one's it? What's the title of it again? Stone Mountain Christmas?
Stone Mountain Christmas this year. Yeah, we've done the last couple of years, but it's.
So when was it put up? Just a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, within the last 2 weeks.
Within the last 2 weeks. So go check that one out, guys. It sounds. I always like to do that with our creators of where the prize are. Christmas time and just about anywhere is a fantastic thing if you can, vlog it and make a whole atmosphere of it. I did see David T went to the one park you were just talking about where you said you wanted to go, Dave. Not Cedar Rapids, not Cedar Point. The other
Silver
one.
Dollar City.
Silver Dollar. I think David T just did one on that the other day. I saw Carlos at Disney World Freak doing something with a religious event, which was lights and parks, stuff like that. I'm seeing a lot of people put that stuff up, and that's great. And I love that you're doing that. As you go out, the differences in the park. Are you finding major differences between, as you're going to Six Flags, going to Dolly, going to Disney? Is it just the park itself? Is it the experience? What is it that you say is, okay, well, this, I see a difference, but it's still special because blank?
Well, that's a good question. And as I was thinking about, and I didn't really realize we went to 10 parks till I actually made a list. And then I started thinking in my head all the vlogs that we did and all the rides and all the food and the tickets and this and that and the differences between the parks. I think the parks have rebounded pretty nicely. What I saw is, because of what's going on, a lot of them had issues with staffing at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
We did a lot of opening day stuff, and a lot of them were, God bless them for opening because it let us do our vlogs. But, a lot of them had issues with staffing. Some of them had issues, a lot of them had, I think, challenges with the food service during busy times. But some of the parks like Dollywood, Six Flags, and Wild Adventures have gotten smart enough to bring in food trucks, which I think is great because they bring people in that know what they're doing with the food. They drive in, drive out, and they can handle like the busy crowds. But it's every park's different. They all have, different operations, different rides. They're all laid out different. And that's a good challenge for us to do, is to make a sensible video to take you around the parks like you're there with us and hit the highlights and know when something's happening that might be good for the vlog. We also try to tell the cost and about everything that we do.
Yes.
We would watch these vlogs, and like before we start vlogging, I think about going to a park. I'm like, well, let's pull up this person that went to the park and see how much it is. And they would never say the cost for anything. So we always try to give the cost for the tickets, the food,
the photo package, all those things. Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff. I love that.
And Pete, you have a great question, because all these parks have a very different feel when you walk in. It's a different clientele in the different parks. There's different pace. Like Disney to me is like the upper echelon of when you walk in. The customer service, the feel in the park, the cleanliness, the rides, like it's my favorite. Dollywood is right up there. I mean, it definitely has a certain feel, the friendliness of the folks that work there. We love Universal. We became annual pass holders at Universal this year.
Nice.
Love it. Yeah, it's like one of our favorites.
Have you ever seen Dolly in Dollywood?
No, we have not. It's been a few years since she's been in there, and she did an opening parade a few years ago, but I don't know, in the last couple of years, I don't think she's actually been in, probably because of the pandemic and everything.
I've heard she has an apartment. I don't know that for a fact, but I saw somebody said she had an apartment up on the second floor of somewhere in Dollywood, kind of like Walt's in Disneyland. I don't know if that's a fact, but I found that interesting.
It would make sense. I could see that happening. It'd be kind of interesting.
And Pete, what's really interesting is there's a Herschend Family Entertainment Group, and they run several of the parks. So they run Dollywood, they run Wild Adventure, they run Silver Dollar City, they run Stone Mountain Park, they run Callaway Gardens. A lot of the places we go, they actually are the entertainment powerhouse behind several of these parks. So it's kind of interesting. So we're starting to see, hey, very similarities in a lot of some of the offerings, food packages, seasonal offerings. Now a lot of the parks are starting to offer that Disney has for a while. The rest of them are getting it on the game.
That's awesome. I love that. Carol has a question for Madison. I've seen you make your dad into Darth Maul. What is your favorite character makeup you have done?
Yeah, when Rise of Skywalker, we went the preview day, and I did some face paint on my dad to make him into Darth Maul.
Madison's very good into movie makeup and characters, and she did the whole thing with the skull cap, and I mean she's very talented. So one day she may go into that for her career. We'll see.
It's a short on our channel, Pete. Basically, we time lapsed it. I was in the chair for a couple hours, but the time lapse got it in under a minute, and she did like the full Darth Maul, if you know that character, with the multiple horns and the scary black and red. We actually went to Cheesecake before the movie, and I was scared.
Factory,
I was so lifelike. Dean, my son, wouldn't recognize me, and the kids were all scared running around. So,
but what's your favorite? Because she does cosplay, like she does a ton of stuff that we don't put on the channel. So,
I think my favorite is probably Joker. I go as him when we go to the Atlanta Comic-Con, and it's really cool to just like walk around. This year when we went in July or in August, me and my mom, she dressed as a Riddler, and we got in the Batmobile. That was really cool.
Yeah, she dresses as the Joker, and all these people stop her and take pictures. Yeah.
I would really encourage you, Madison, consider putting more of that out on your channel. People love to see that. I know, like when just for our little community, I've watched many times when Meg and Steve would do different on Mickey's Magic channel Monday nights. She would have Steve from Steve's World come in, and they would do different characters. They did do Darth Maul once. They've done they did Olaf. They've done a couple different ones, and it gets a lot of reaction in there from people that like to sit and watch that. So might be something to give you some content ideas, and if you're good at it, even better. People might come in. So just a thought. I always like throwing ideas out there because different things. I would watch something like that. I think that's pretty cool. Dan says that Dolly was there last year when Adam the Woo was there. That's because Adam the Woo was there. She came to see Adam the Woo, just like everybody else would do. So that's probably why Dolly was there. So again, my guests tonight are sitting here. It's a family channel, everybody. We're in a family-friendly neighborhood. It's a family-friendly channel. One of the most colorful channel banners that I've ever seen. You can see the magic and love of family all surrounding them right there on the screen. It's Adventures by D. We've kind of watched them grow up through time here on our channel. I think I became friends with Dave when he was, I think, around 200-300 on his subscriber mark. Yeah. We featured Dave's channel on our Friday night call out for quality creators under 1,000 to help them get to 1,000, and we were proud to do that as we go through. Let's talk about where you want your channel to go. Where is your thought process of where you'd like to see Adventures by D at some point, 5 years down the road?
I think we're going to continue to be theme parks. That's always going to be our bread and butter. I do think as we have high schoolers now, as they get into college, you're probably seeing us in Orlando more.
Nice.
Without them.
They can call us from college. When
I didn't say it. I'm just pointing it out.
But I think at some point, I kind of feel like we're keeping the channel warm for Madison if she wants to do it after college. But in the next 5 years, I would say, we're working to up our game from the content from some of the people we watch and learn how to edit a better video, tell a better story, good quality audio and video, and really, up our vlogging game to where we, somebody comes back, somebody takes the time to watch one of our videos. We hope that they'll come back no matter what vlog they click on.
I love it.
And Dave really wants to do things where we have fun. So he's very passionate about anything we do, we want to do because we're going to want to do it. And I want to have fun doing it. It's so much work. You want to have fun while you're doing it. And I think we'll do more and more. Dave would love to go full time with it. I mean, he really would at some point. So it's, we spend a lot of time. It's definitely our passion project on the side. We have a ton of videos coming that we haven't released yet. And we're very big into Halloween and Christmas. Right now, if you go to our channel, everything you're showing, Pete, is Christmas. We've hit openings of everything we can around Atlanta, Tennessee. It just had a great time doing it.
Yeah, we've done 3 parks opening, botanical gardens, several drive-throughs. And we're getting better with the tech too. I'm always, trying to figure out what camera, what mic, how can we film this better and be more steady, that type of stuff. So, and appreciate the call outs on Friday night in case I forget. Huge help. And that's a great segment for the folks that are under 1,000. And I think that's great at what you do, Pete. And I know I don't have to say that, but generally, thank you. And I know some other channels like Dad Bills and others shouted us out when we were down below 500. That was a big help. And I think that community segment you do is awesome for those channels to get some visibility that they may not get being at those smaller subscriber numbers.
Well, thank you. Well, why don't we use that as our transition? I have a couple questions. I want to talk to you about Run Disney. still, and a couple other things. But how about if we take a quick shuttle break for a sec? I'll do a couple community segments since you brought them up, and then we'll come back and we'll finish out with you with some couple great questions to finish out the evening. Again, my guests tonight are Adventures by D. Dave and his lovely family, Kris and Madison. His son is hiding. He didn't want to come on tonight. He heard Jesse was going to be here. He said, I'm not coming. That's the story I'm telling everybody, at least. They do so much around, not just Disney. We love the fact of what they do with Disney and their passion for the parks, but they give you a little bit extra, and that's what you have to do to be successful here, is to find other ways, especially when you don't live right in Florida, where those guys are in Atlanta with everything they bring. So we'll be right back with them in just a couple minutes here. First, I'd be remiss if I didn't start out the community segment by saying congratulations to everyone who was inducted into the recent Disney YouTube Recognition Series. It's our virtual Hall of Fame that we have. We're so proud of what we've done. This is the 4th installment of it. From the Hitchhiking Bones all the way up to Steve's World, we had a special recognition event last Saturday night. Probably one of the best ones we've done with everything that went with it. And of course, the villains are coming in the spring as we introduce the villains segment of it. But congratulations to everybody's name that you see on the channel right there. And we'll talk more about villains as we get close to that. But the next segment will be in the early spring format. So let's run through our segments through the week. First is Magical Memories, People in the Park, brought to you by Magically Mad Adventures. If we could drop her link into the chat. She's a travel agent and a creator right here on YouTube. We appreciate her. And we do this segment every week. This is people in the parks and out and about. So here's our good friend Here with the Years. And they're doing a great job with a lot of their charity stuff. They were over in the parks looking awesome in their green colors. And, of course, they got the Muppets with them. You can't beat that. This is a good one here. Recently, Elena K808, Tim Rempel, and Maria, of course, from the LBV TV and living down there in Disney. She's loving life, and they got to hang out with her recently. That's a great shot. I love that one. Here is our good friend, Tina McNeil. Okay, I love Tina McNeil. She doesn't get to the park much. I love the fact that she's got an LBV shirt on, hanging out down there, and just it's great to see her smiling down at the parks. Absolutely loved it right there. Drew from Drew in the Moment. He had a lot of dessert there, and he was very excited. He gets excited over desserts a lot. Lou Mangello having a beverage down at the parks, celebrating the holiday season. Love Lou, and he's an icon for us. One Man's Dream out in California. She was out in the land out there. Veronica smiling and happy, having a good time. Great picture here. Theme Park Baza hanging out with our good friend, the Kershaw Adventures. Friends from across the pond over here in Disney hanging out. That was look at those smiles. Just everybody's happy there on that. Chris, that's Katrina Scolpini right there and Mickey Mouse. One of these is a character. The other is Mickey. Hanging out together, having a good time. Good time there at the park. Love that one. Mickey was seeing everybody. Nick, Magical News Live, getting in to hang out with Mickey. Great picture of Nick there, down there. Love this one. That would be our good friend Jersey Mike and Happy hanging out with, they're happy to hang out with Diz Our Dream down at the parks. Great picture of those guys all together on a recent visit. There is Vacation Expiration. Obviously, she stayed very late in the park. The guy on the right-hand side, cast member's like, are you ever leaving? But she's standing there getting her picture done. And that's a great picture right there with the park empty like that. Yachty, she was on a cruise. We're telling everybody that this is her husband because it is. It is. It actually is. It's Yachty and Pa hanging out together. Two people that are very important to our community. Of course, Yachty was recognized this past recognition. That was a great picture. And finishing up this week's pictures over in the Hangout, that would be Adventures with BP, Katrina, the Disney Baker, and one Disney Yeti known as Adventures of Gonzo. Again, congratulations to Gonzo and Adventures with VP for being inducted into the most recent segment. Magical Mail this week is brought to you in full on our
Well, hello, fellow Disney freaks. This is Disney Connections, and I'm Rob.
And I'm Melanie.
And we are here to invite you to come by our channel over at Disney Connections on YouTube,
where we do unboxings, box swaps, lives from the park, and sometimes we have guest speakers.
We also want to invite you to come over to www.mainstreettreat.com to pick up your favorite Disney treats.
Right from the park, shipped to you. Hope to see you soon.
So this week, I want to say first thank you to Jessie. I blanked out her last name because nobody needed to see that. But Jessie sent me 48 packs of M&Ms. She knows that that's one of my snacks. M&Ms and not Snickers, the Reese's Sticks that they have are my two candy weaknesses. So Jessie sent me a little bit of Christmas love. So thank you to Jessie. Thought that was awesome. I should also highlight that we are going to open, Preston and I have several boxes here. Paul, I'm going to open, if you're still in here, I just thought about it. I'm going to open your box live on Friday night. We have several boxes that we picked up from the mail P.O. box today, and we have about 20 cards here. We're going to open all the cards and all the thing live on Friday night on the Christmas Eve show. So if you have time and you can jump in on Friday night, feel free to do so. If you can't, you can always watch the replay. But we will open these 3 boxes that came in, and also Paul's gift, and we will open up all these cards. Friday night, just so anybody knows, I sent out an email invitation to any creator that's done my channel that basically thanked them, wished them holiday wishes, and gave them the link to Friday night. So I have no idea who's going to stop by Friday night, but I guarantee you it'll probably be more than just the usual. I think it'll be a busy night Friday night, so hopefully they do. Congratulations. This week's brought to you by Casey's Corner. Casey, our executive producer in charge of 4K content, who will be live on New Year's Eve from Disney World. I can't stress enough. I want everybody to just stop by and give him a little bit of love. He deserves it. He's a great guy. We want to recognize Florida Park Explorers, 200,000 views. Want to recognize T-Dot and Company. T-Dot and Company. I always have trouble saying their name. It's an interesting channel. They just hit 1,000 over there. Florida FBE Network. The FBE Network itself just hit 1,000 subscribers over there. And Ear to Ear Magic, 7K. Congratulations to Kris and Susan for their success, hitting 7,000. And finally this week, recognizing from Casey's Corner, is Paul's Theme Park Adventure out of California. Paul just hit 9K, so we're excited for him. Dropping down here, let's hit the race for 100K. And the race each week is amazing. It's brought to you in full.
Hello everyone, it's Kris with Disney Dynamics. We bring you tons of Disney content with a little bit of humor. My mom thinks I'm funny anyways. 4K unboxings of Disney merch and promo codes to save you money. We bring you live to Disney parks, and then after the sun goes down, we head to Disney After Dark, where we mix Disney-inspired drinks and have slightly inappropriate conversations with our Disney friends. If that sounds good to you, you're just the right amount of weird to fit right in. That's Disney Dynamics, spelt with a K for some reason.
All right, so Dynamics wants to recognize all these people tonight. We want to first highlight with a special focus our friends, the Walt twins. They were in the Disney community first. They're now major in the grilling community. They're up to 94.7. We want to just highlight those guys. Adam and Brent are great guys, and we relish in their success with them. This week, we want to highlight the top 3. It hasn't changed much. There wasn't much change. You know, it's funny with the Disney community. Every year, I see a slow, steady race until right around the holidays, just after Thanksgiving till Christmas. It kind of slows up on new people coming in and subscribing, and I think it has a lot to do with people in the holidays, and they're out doing their stuff. So the top 3 this week remain the same. The Panda, Super Enthused, and Best Life. Generally, everybody here is the same from the recent port from Daft's Magic down to Always Believe. A couple people picked up a little bit, but the order's the same. Numbers are close, and we congratulate all these people on their success and path. Same with Streaming the Magic down to Disney Pin Blog. Not a lot of change. Pretty much the same. Everybody picked up a point something, 0.1, 0.2. No major big accomplishments. Again, just steady and strong with what's going on here. This is the same deal here, and like I said, I saw it pretty much through the entire realm, but some great channels from Diz Cupcake all the way down to Dave K. And again, we're not asking you to subscribe to any of these. We are asking you that if you're looking for new Disney content to follow, pause this video as you go along, write down a couple channel names, look them up, and hopefully you'll find some new Disney magic for your viewing palette. 10-7 down to 7-4. The only highlight in there, Paul hitting over 9K. Everybody else just about the same. Drew of the moment, chasing Dre's the mic, just under 9K themselves. Hopefully they'll hit that. We're not going to update this for 2 weeks. We're going to keep it same through the holiday season just because of the lack of movement right now. Mickey's Magic down to the magic of the mouth, magic in the music. The one highlight is Ear to Ear Magic did hit 7,000. They jumped over a couple people. That's why they have fireworks over top of them. And finishing out the race here in the back end, 5-5 down to 4-4. Dad got Parks and Rob Fuzz finishing up. Dad starting it, Rob finishing it. Great channels here on the early parts of their journey. One Little Spark and Mouse Vibes both jumped recently over people, so they have the Magic Kingdom fireworks behind them as well. And then the last part of the race is pretty much exactly the same with one thing. We added in the Orlando guy. He's up over 3,000. We decided to add him into the race. Does a lot of great content. We want to congratulate him. I got room for one more. I'm going to go find another channel to bring into the race and recognize as we go along. And again, we thank our good friends at Disney Dynamics for bringing us this section each time. This coming Wednesday, week from tonight, Here for a Moment will be here in the seat, sitting and talking with us. Benji's got a great little channel of his own, family channel, much like our guest tonight. We'll be sitting and talking with Benji about, and he's the same way. He's got Disney plus other content on his channel, and we're excited about that. Sunday is Disney Dan. That's the day after Christmas. Disney Dan is due to go off the wall. He confirmed with me a week ago that everything should be good. Hopefully nothing will change with the holiday, but Disney Dan is scheduled to come back on and sit down with me on that. But these are some of the people that I watch through the week. You can see their channel logos and their names up on the screen. Quality channels. Why do I highlight these people? During my toughest days when I was fighting and scraping for my life, these people were all out there fighting for me, doing stuff for my family, reaching out to me, calling me, telling me not to give up, things like that. So my way of paying them back and saying how much I appreciate them is to put their names and their logos up on the screen for everybody to check out there on that. So again, coming back in, my guest tonight is Adventures by D, quality channel, living in the southern East Coast area of the country. They do a lot with all over the parks, not just Disney, so many others covered through all the way through. They also do some aquarium stuff. Their son, who's not here tonight, Dean, does a lot with Funkos and Star Wars. And, Kris and Dave jumped in, on Madison's coattails. That's what Madison's told me tonight. Jumped in on Madison's coattails while the pandemic is, just because, as Madison just texted me, she said, my dad had to be on camera. He's got an ego. Like, he calls him, Dave calls himself the Hoff around the house, which I think is crazy. You think you're on the same level as Hasselhoff. He calls himself Dave the Hoff. Guys, let me ask you this. You've done some Disney, some of the Disney races, if I recall correctly. Talk a little bit about that. It takes special people to do that. I'm always impressed with the people that do run Disney.
So I'm the jogger in the family. I've done several races, but I'd always heard things about Run Disney, and then it was a Star Wars race. This was a couple of years ago. Okay, this is it. This is the time that we can go. It's a Star Wars race. So Kris and I did the 5K, and then I did the half. And it does. I mean, you do have to get up. I mean, basically sleep a couple hours. You hit
3
the
in
bus.
the morning or something. You're up. Yeah.
But it's fun. There's a lot of interaction along the course.
Yes.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's for the serious, runner that's trying to do a personal best, but there's a lot of character interactions. There are a lot of cool Star Wars photo ops along the way. And I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And I can actually say I actually jogged to all 4 parks in the morning in the half marathon. And it was, it's every half marathon is kind of a personal test too, no matter if it's Run Disney or not. But they're a lot of fun. You do have to get in, like, if you're going to register for one, you got to get in like within the first hour. Otherwise, you've got no hope of getting in.
Is it something you do again?
I would do it again.
We were going to do it last April. We
Yeah.
signed up for several races, but everything had been canceled out. And then the ones coming up, we're not signed up for the next round, but I'm sure it's all timing with the kids with school trying to get down there is some of it. So like the one was over spring break, so it lined up really well. So we'll see. I know for sure he wants to do a bunch more.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. Welcome in. Rick Roller stopped in to say hello. David T's in the house, everybody. We were talking about David and his video he just did a little bit ago. Jill would like to know, I think you answered this question, but do they do videos of the aquariums? Atlanta and Chattanooga both have great aquariums. Dave?
Yeah, we've been in there. I mean, our son really wants to be a marine biologist at college, so Dean can take us on a tour himself. But we've done several in Atlanta and then a couple in Chattanooga. Plus, before we started vlogging, I think we've been to every aquarium up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, we've been to a ton. And then you guys just did one in Florida and Tampa, too.
Yeah, we did the Florida Aquarium in Tampa when we were down there this summer.
Yeah, the Georgia Aquarium here in Atlanta, it's amazing. But actually, our favorite is the Chattanooga one, believe it or not. They have a great aquarium.
I had to chuckle when you said, what Dean wanted to do, because all I heard was George Costanza talking about the blowhole when you said that. That's all I heard. I'm a marine biologist. So that's all. Sorry. For those of you that got a little age like I do, if you've watched Seinfeld, you'll get that reference. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. So Anna Isabel, welcome in. Dawn Bone from the Hitchhiking Bones is here. She says howdy to me and to you guys. Again, congratulations to Dawn and Jonathan, who's also here, who were also both inducted in to the Disney YouTube Recognition Series with this most recent one. Let me ask you this as we begin to close up here. If you all had the chance to sit with Walt and Roy and just have a discussion as a family at a table for, God blessed you and said, hey, you got a half an hour. Go ahead and have it. What does some of that conversation entail?
I think my conversation is where did he get the drive and the perseverance to follow through on Disneyland? Well, I mean, all the money and people saying it couldn't be done and what it took to do that park. And there already are amusement parks, but like his vision and his drive and his perseverance, that's what I would ask him for. Where did he get that from? Because it was unbelievable, the story of getting it built and how he's leveraged out with all the money and I would ask him about that personally. I don't know about Kris and Madison.
Yeah, and just persevering through the hard times. Most people would walk away with his first series of cartoons and characters. Oswald's like sold out from under him and things like that. But to keep going and then to grow and grow. I mean, it's really amazing to have that vision, and that seed is still planted today. Like, it's such a strong vision that the entire company still runs with it. It could have deviated from it, 50 years ago, and it hasn't. Right. So it's really amazing.
Nice. Madison, anything you'd like to ask Walt or Roy?
Maybe just why? Just
like why? Why Disney?
Yeah, why?
Oh, why create it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They're all good questions. I would hand him a paper that I had already written and just ask for his signature that says "Fire Bob Chapek" and just want his signature on it so that I had it for future reference. Dave T would like to know, have you ever been to the Newport Aquarium in Newport, Kentucky?
We have not been to that aquarium. No. No, we have not. We do go up to the Midwest every now and again, so I'll have to put that one on my list, but that's one we haven't been to.
There you go. Let's go over and first, let's do a final thought of the night from your side of the theme park adventures, because you got more than I do. Your final thought of the night.
I would say, for the folks watching that aren't familiar with this, come on over and check out a video, whatever one you think you might be interested in. Just give us a look, and hopefully you enjoy the video. We do a lot of things from a family perspective. We cover a lot of parks. We also did Boo Bash for the Disney folks. Yes. We also did Universal. We do on a Halloween, we do the scary events. We also do the pumpkin events, as I call them, more family friendly. So we have different flavors. We have variety. So if you're looking for a channel that has a variety of parks from a variety of viewpoints, both from the younger teenagers and also us more experienced folks, I would say come check us out is what I'd say. And hopefully you'll stay and have fun. I don't know, Madison and Kris, you want to add to that?
Oh, I think you did good, Dave. I'll give him a thumbs up.
I got a thumbs up for my wife. That's all I care about.
Oh, there you
go.
go.
We work on all this. It's definitely a family collaboration. So
love it.
We have a good time.
From my side of the park, first I'll acknowledge the connections, which reminds me, Mel, I know you're watching. I know what Mel and Rob are both watching. I got to talk to you guys about something I saw. Reach out to me later on if you get a chance. Disney Connection says, hey, we're supporting our friends, just ninja watching while working Adventures by D. So appreciate that. From my side of the park, for you guys, what I'd say is the reason that I admire Dave and his channel is perseverance. One, it's not easy to do a channel for the first part with your kids or your family. It takes a lot of work because, not only the creative aspect, the editing aspect, and then getting everybody to do stuff and do all the stuff. It's like it can be herding cats at some point. I know that because I just spent time before you came on herding my cat, trying to get him in here. Not actual cat, Preston's who I'm talking about, just to do some stuff for the channel. So I give you much respect for that. And also, ever since I started talking with Dave, which has been a while now, I think you and I have been talking well over a year and a half, more than that maybe. Dave has always been about his family. And I respect that immensely, Dave, about you. You're for people that would get to know you, you're a role model as a dad. I love seeing Madison kind of bloom and come out of her shell and become more into it. I think you're doing a great job. And love the fact you're wearing a Superman shirt, which is just awesome here. I do encourage you, if that floats your boat, to do some of that Comic-Con stuff, paint. I think I want to go look and find that, what you did. I'm going to go look for that short. But I love that type of stuff. And I think there's a lot of people out here that would enjoy seeing, because it's an artist. If you're doing that, you're an artist, and that's a pretty cool thing. Melick Adventures, welcome in. Mr. Fulton, welcome in. Want to recognize them on the way out here. If you had a good time tonight, guys, do me a favor. Go over to their channel. Take a look. If you enjoyed this interview, if you found them to be as charismatic as I knew they would be, and you like the content they're talking about, take a look at it. And if you're going to watch and check it out from time to time, then hit that subscribe. Give them a little love. As I say every time on this channel, it's important to tube it up, everybody. I'm coining that phrase. I got to go put a copyright or something on it before, somebody like Surf Bum John comes in and tries to copyright it himself. Tube it up. If you're watching a vlog, leave a comment. Share out the vlog if you really like it. You wonder how Pagey Mr. Morrow got so big and so successful? He did quality content that people liked and shared, and more people found him. And now a guy that I met that when he was well under 10,000 is just, sky's the limit, and he deserves it. So do that for your favorite creator. If you're watching a live, share it out on your social media so people can come in while they're live. Get into the chat, leave a comment, give a like. If you don't like it, give a dislike. It all ends up going directly toward the creator's algorithm. However that works, I have no idea. I don't think anybody does. I don't even think they know how it works. But it works, and it finds things. So I appreciate Dave and his family for coming on. Just a reminder to everybody before we say goodbye to them is Friday night will be an open creator hangout. We're going to be less on the news and stuff and more about hanging out. I'd like to move people in left and right. Hopefully you'll see some of your most favorite creators stopping by. It is Christmas Eve. We will open up boxes of stuff and cards and do all that. And, guys, I was just really grateful for you guys coming on tonight. It's Christmas week, and you came on here with us to hang out. I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, thank you, Pete. We had a good time, and thanks to everybody that joined in chat, and several of our channel friends that we've been on their channels, they've been on our channels, they popped up, and appreciate the support and your support too. And the one thing I didn't say is thank you for letting us be part of the candlelight procession. We had a little bit in there we did. So you did
excellent. You did excellent. And that video, how impactful was that? I mean, 1 second here. I got to get their response. I got them here. You were part of it. How impactful was it?
It was very, very impactful. It was so well done, and that thing must have been an editing nightmare.
It was.
I think he said, it was put together very well, and the candlelight procession pieces kind of flowed with the other things from an editor perspective. Yeah. Not just the video wasn't great, but it was edited together, I thought, extremely well.
Mel and Craig, more Mel than Craig from Love and Diz World, did an incredible job and hit a home run well. Again, like I said, thank you for coming to see me Christmas week, Dave. I really appreciate you.
No problem. We came to see you, but we really came to see Timon.
What?
Hello there, this is Timon. We hope you enjoyed the show. It was great having you with us. You were a lovely group, the best audience ever. Now please, get out!
Thanks, Musketeers, for joining the party. We'll be looking for you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, all.